Let's test this. Now, I don't think the hot valve's working. Right. Because when I tested it on, you know, normal, when I tested it normally, needs repairing, really. Yeah, so when I tested it normal in the other room, obviously we had dual cold because of course we had no hot at the time, and also this will still fill up on cold. So watch. So the buzzing is coming from the cold, but it's not coming from the hot, despite the hot being turned on. So I need to replace this hot valve in some way. Right, see if it works now. So if you select with a pre-wash, it fills through the hot, but if you select without a pre-wash, it fills through the cold. See? How bizarre. I wonder if it's the same for synthetics. Set for, yeah, minimum iron, yes. Pre-wash, synthetics pre-wash, no. Oh, that valve might work then. I'll keep that. And so unless you select just cold, it will always fill through the hot. That's bizarre. It looks like it's also designed so you can fill through hot through the pre-wash as well. But I do find it odd that without pre-wash you can only fill through cold. Interesting. Well, let's test this then. It's a Hoover H-Wash 300 Lite. A black version from auction. So let's see if this works. Also, there's a difference in the door. This is a ratchet door. Different. So I think this is probably a slightly later machine then. What's that? Cotton's pre-wash. Which only goes to 60. Cottons, which goes to 90. One touch. Still has nothing else programmed in. Doesn't like, is that saying that the door is unlocked? I'll just do that. Yeah, it's saying the door's unlocked. So, it is technically broken. Okay. Let's have a look. So we have made a few changes to the machine as well. The door band, the clamp now is made of a natural spring clamp rather than the typical plastic one. Yeah. It may be blown. I need to get me what do you call it on it? A multimeter on it and see. Oh, and it's there. Right. Let's have a look. I think it's going to be blown. Do a continuity test first. So, it's trying to work out what's live in and live out. So, the idea is if I do that, right, so there's nothing between two outer pins, but there's nothing between any of the pins, so it should normally read, let's say you push that pin in, which we can probably do anyway. Right. So we now tip that over, push that over, look, and then I'll have to flick it back afterwards. So this black lip, look, is now there. So if I now do a continuity test, I should get the change right. From absolutely nothing to something. But if it's still absolutely nothing, then it means it's just broken inside as well. Nothing. Nothing. It just says to me that this lock is completely, yep, dead. Yeah, even on the smaller setting, there's nothing there. No reading whatsoever. So I'd say this is a blown lock. So I think we need to get another lock for this. So this ratchet lock isn't that much different to a normal lock. You see, what happens on a... It's a bit hard to see, but if you look in there, if you look in there, there's a little black tab, and that basically moves across. When you push that pin, it pulls it across. Well, your standard lock does exactly the same, but instead the pin on the door pushes that, and there's no click. So normally you can pull it and you hear it click. With this, I'm moving it about and there's no click whatsoever. So yeah, definitely sure you need a new lock. Right. Let's see if this works. It turns on. So we'll say it to 20. That's 40. That's 20. There's a secondary fan that kicks in by itself. No heat yet. It doesn't work by going one particular way. So I suggest that one of the roller bearings is quite rough. Hell was that? Something has gone through the fan. Whoa. It's starting to heat actually. So what I'll just do, I'll quickly put some towels in and I'll put it on cover dry. So this is 6 cent drying, which is different to the previous generation. That one there basically, that's the previous gen. So this is slightly newer than that one. A lot's changed of course, so buttons are around in here instead. Starts in the same place, but options are here. Instead of the cotton rapid, you've now got gentle. Also you've got Delta Plus on trigger. And an airing trigger. See, that's what it is. Okay. So hopefully it might sense dry. We'll see. So it's definitely a secondary motorised fan that kicks in after a few minutes. Yikes. Oh well, let's see if it works. Let's test this one. Also from auction. By the way, yeah, don't mind taking a punt on auction ones. Get them cheap enough. Oh, that's not been emptied for a while. It's like a cake, it's that thick. Look, there's even a spider in that. Look at that. Anyway, see if this one works. That'd be a nip. Oh, come on. It's fine, that. I put the towels in. I'll swallow it. Fine. Well, about 40 minutes so. Let's have a look at this then. It's a Bosch V7S DB. Should be, to a degree, fully working. This, I actually sold a condenser and got back this. Well, I got some 50p up already. Anyway. Filter needs emptying. And she says it does still fully work. She just generally didn't have anywhere to vent it. Like I got there and it's like this has been vented into like open air for I don't know, I'll say a while. So she's got a condenser. So, put some towels in. So it's smooth enough anyway. Got 3 dryers on the go. With a split amount of the same towels. I don't know. Yeah. I got these in the week, which should be... fully dry as well. And it didn't take that long, surprisingly. Took about 50 minutes or so. Not too bad. Ooh. Bad that. But you can tell that some of the pores need cleaning a lot. This sounds rough, but actually, truth be told, it's just this. And I'm pretty sure the tab's just broken off down here. So I think it's just that. And the inner tube, look, just try to hold it all. Problem solved. I think the tab's just broken off. Little cream dry is finished, so yeah. It's quite a mint little dryer actually. Works really well. Cool. That's supposed to be getting near done because this has gone really hot now, which suggests that the moisture has now fully disappeared. And it's still running. Same auction. This time we've got a Backo from PowerPoint. Another one from PowerPoint. No, so that's another. What else was from PowerPoint? Anyway, it's a WTK 82041. Not sure where that falls. So the other one's a 51. Anyway, 41, drum clean. Let's see what happens. Drain pump on. Water is definitely on, isn't it? Yes. Yes, it is. Is this part of the... Is it now filling? Trouble is, I can't even hear a buzz. Only you can hear a little bit of a buzz, even if you've got a non-working valve. Or are we doing a spin first? Gonna be honest, it's completely lost on me on what the drum clean is supposed to do. So. Maybe it is supposed to do a little bit of a spin first. See if it works. Simple as. Right. Let it do its thing. We'll get the next machine in a minute. Press the switch off. And we're working. Or at least we're running on. Let's see if it heats. And this is the reason why I actually went to the auction in the first place. To go get this. Yeah. It came with this plug that was already off. Great. And whoever wired it in the first place is not very good. See if you can see what the problem is there. Yeah. The drum seems to be fine. To a degree. Except for, yeah, hanky. Tissue. But here's something more interesting. Look at the bottom there. Oh, I have got the kick plate somewhere. Might still be in the van. Real? Because, and this is where it gets really interesting. This came out literally in about 2000 and whatever, right? And it's basically a Hot Point First Edition rebadged, right? But the Hot Point First Editions wouldn't have had that. They would have had the proper, you know, filter and the something as per usual. So this is quite unusual. It definitely needs a 90 washout. Yeah, it's got full of bits. The spider, of course. Now, if you're wondering why I bought this and two other machines and the two dryers in the last testing videos, oh no, that's in this testing video. And the two dryers earlier on in the testing video, the little Creda Compact and the Whirlpool, is because of how cheap they went. And that's simply why I bought them. There was also, interestingly, a Another Backo, slightly old version, 8 kilo, like that one. That wouldn't turn on, which I know about marked. That went for a lot more money. That went for normal money, and all these just were not going to sell. Yeah. It is stupid how much these two went for. I mean, yeah, these went for 5, and the others 2 went for 5. But even so, these 2 went... I also... Oh, apart from this, I did go for the Hoover as well, intentionally, because I wanted black stock into the workshop. Also, I thought, well, if I get that, and it's fully working, which it isn't at the minute, but we'll get it working, which we do. I'm going to keep that for filming, and sell basically the new H-wash with a dent in. But it's basically new, isn't it? So... Right, so what I'm going to do is put a plug on, and then we'll plumb it in. Also, this only has a cold feed only, so I wonder how old this actually is. As in, I think this is a lot newer, maybe, than I think it is. Maybe they ran, I think they may have ran this for a lot longer than I think it did. Yeah, possibly did, yeah. Right, so I fill up with water. So the press switch works, so we're on time fill now. So drain works well. This one does it on the stop and change program, so it's flashing ends because we've activated basically cancel. Right, just let this drain out and then we'll put it on blow wash. Warming up, and that is pretty much at 70 now. And interestingly, this is, yeah, that V does get near enough towards 90. That is still at 70. As it should be, of course. Should be interesting. See, I can't tell whether like there's a slight spider, slight bearing, or whether the motor's just slightly rough. Like insignificant, but it's there. But filming with me, for you lot, fine. Right, put towels in, 2 towels in each, and put them both in the quick wash. Not actually look, but the suspension's probably been replaced. This has not spun once yet, it's failed on both its interns. So have to see what it does in the final spin, which is now. Right, sold the dryer, got this back, white night, but the drum is, oh it's going actually, it's going now. It's freed up now, so there's no belt. Belts come up by snap by the sounds of things. Although apparently it was making a squealing noise and then it went. So might be just a belt then, because now this drum is spinning quite freely. Apparently it was squealing and then it stopped. Might not be as big of a job as I thought it would be. So, yeah, there's that. Right. There's this hot point. It makes a rumbling noise as you turn it. That is my auntie's, uncle's. But I ended up replacing both the washer and the dryer at the same time. The dryer just started rumbling. It runs absolutely fine, it just rumbles. There's a white night condenser down there, don't know what's wrong with it, never plugged it in. Got this Creator spin dryer we'll test out shortly. We've got this LG ThinQ, which we're going to get in a minute. We've got the Whirlpool here, but it's got a board issue. So this is my auntie's. I sold her a brand new Indesit, you know, back. So anyway, yeah, what's happening is you switch it on. It said it's getting stuck, sort of, or the time's going very slowly down within a cycle, saying it's not spinning or clothes are coming out quite wet. And then when I put it onto spin only, what it'll do, it'll start tumbling at the same rate as in any cycle. So it will tumble for about 4 seconds at 50 RPM, going that, you know, in reverse, and then it will do it again, and then again, and then again, and then that's it. It just gets stuck. It just does that. So I suspect a board issue. Might be the actual motor itself, but so before I kind of dismiss it, I will dig out the other motor, the spare motor, put it in, may work, but I doubt it. I think it's the main board. I'll get that LG in a minute as well to test. Right. Ah, yes, we have a LG ThinQ. Right, so yep. Downloaded cycle is spin only. Preset spin only. And this is a proper Turbo Wash 360. However, yeah, that's fine. However, it's got a TE problem. Let me show you. So this should work on speed 14, but it won't work on. Let's just see. It's coming up with TE. However, we'll see if it goes through this wash at 20. And then we're going to up it to 40 and see what happens. Real tempered glass, which means it shatters whenever you're trying to like push against it. What was wrong with plastic? I'll never know. Not correct, you can actually see that. So you give it Turbo Wash 360 and then you can't see it. So as and when I get this fixed, I'll just be putting a normal door on without the plastic on to film it with. It's on! stage. And we're now draining. But them pumps, oh my, they are so quiet. They remind me of the Miele ones. I do like them pumps. So now we should be on final rinse. I haven't got TE problem yet. I don't think it will come up just yet. But then I'm going to do the same again, but on 40. That's pretty cool! Right, I'm going to leave it from here. I'm going to get the next machine in. Yep. This is an LG Clean Master. And this means it dates before 1998. So it might have been made during 98, but there's no direct drive. It's just got a brush motor. This was before what would have been then direct drive or fuzzy logic and stuff like that. Clean Master. This is a refurbished washing machine. That's what I paid £120 for. But yeah, while it was maybe a little bit stupid of me, the only reason why I did it is you weren't going to see one of these again. And that's why I got it. To save it. Yeah, it come from a refurbisher. And I'm doing that lightly. Because their ratings on Google are so poor. That's the plug. It's not brilliant. That pin's a little bit bent, so there's a little bit of corrosion on it. But still, let's plug it in. I'm going to plug it in and not do anything else just yet. At least it turns on. Because the first thing we've got to do is work out which button turns it on. They've all rubbed off, of course. That's on off. That'll be a start, I reckon. Or is that the door? Because one of it is the door. Aha, that's start, and it immediately goes to cottons. Aha! Great. Yeah, refurbished alright. Where's the door band? I wouldn't mind if you took it off to clean the door seal, but that is not refurbished. You couldn't write it. Refurbish my bum. Ooh, rapid. It's still 43 minutes long. Ooh, normal, super, rinse and hold. Drum bearing sounds smooth though. Looks like the spider's intact. But that's horrific. We've also got this little jet at the top here. It's the same as Samsung actually I've got. You know, that big wash. So it's tiny, but it does go out like that. Whether it's recirc, I'm not sure. Might just be part of the filling. We'll soon see. Delicate wool and synthetics. Let's see what the inside's like here. great. That's crusty. Is that you're not supposed to be getting up to 1200 RPM? I wonder what 1600 is like. Anyway, we'll get some pipes on and we'll get this in. Well, no TE. Right. Exactly the same, but this time 40. And if you want to see this, so you think you couldn't get any worse? Yep, that's a modern Samsung back. I mean, funny, but an actual LG one would have fitted. Yep, pretty much an LG one would have fitted. Honestly. Let's see if it's been truly refurbished. Oh yeah, I took the filter out. And there was actually nothing in it, look. Just limescale build up. Door, on, off, play. No water. Ooh. Pre-wash. So yeah, rapid isn't really a, well, it's 45 minutes, it's not really a 30-minute wash. Focus camera. Ooh, it's hot. So it's heating alright. But we've not engaged any turbo wash yet, so see where we go up to. Because this might just get hotter and hotter and hotter, so when I touch that then, it's about 40 now. You know, realistically in the next, what, 2-3 minutes, that should switch off. It should have got, yes, it's 40, let's continue. But if it continues heating and heating and heating, it's going to just, I think this is where TE is going to come up. Oh, it started washing. If this runs fine, gets to the end, I'm going to put it on to Bosch 39 and set it to 40 degrees. So after taking the top off, look at the door, you know, this is fine, there's no play in it, it's tight, it's on the motor still, the motor's going round, well, it's turning by hand, look, absolutely fine. So what caused it to jam? That is bizarre. It's very bizarre. There's very little fluff build-up inside. In fact, it looks like it's had very little use, which would probably be understandable. It was used in the garage. They vented it outside the actual window in the garage. But yeah, let's have a look. Although the reset button, looks like it's a better days. Unless the drum is, yeah, there is a proper thud there. I can't feel any play. The LG's heating up. And it's heating up very slowly. Power fine. But there is that thonk. So LG's drained. So obviously there was these gashes here, evidence of either the drum's been hitting it or yeah, the drum's been hitting it. Whoa! Yeah. Yeah. Refurbish. Now this is the problem. This is the biggest problem I see on Facebook every single day. If you see these people that are selling humongous amounts of washing machines and dryers and dishwashers as well as furniture, run a mile. If they're just selling washers and dryers and dishwashers and just appliances alone, it should be fine. I got 28 days warranty, and according to some people, even that's a bit bogus. And the shocking thing is, this is why people do not want to buy refurbished washing machines from me. Because they just think they're going to end up with something like that. It's not even a used machine. Like, this has got to the point where it's bodged and broken. Them dampers are absolutely shockingly bad. I know my other LG ones are pretty bad, but that just takes the cake. And unfortunately, this really annoys me, because it means it gives me a bad name, it gives people like Service Slimline a bad name and all this, and yet we are making good quality refurbished machines, selling them at good money, probably, and to be honest, we're probably selling them no more than what they're selling these for. This cost me £120. In fact, it was £120 on Facebook. And I walked in and went, yeah, it's £150. But it sounded almost like they just make up the price depending on who you are. That's annoyed me. £120 for junk. Am I going to get rid of it? No. I'm going to send it back? No. I'm not asking them for a refund. I can try. Because I ain't taking it back. Because you'll never see this machine again. Joke. Oh, also, no TE. So, what we'll do now is throw some towels in. These will do. Ugh. One more towel in. Hang on. Why not? Turn it on. Turbo wash 39. 40 degrees. You can go up to 60. It takes an hour. That's not bad. You can up the spin to 1600. Adds on a few minutes, as she said. Turbo wash is on. You can have turbo wash with cotton, Eco 4060, and with cottons, although it lowers the spin. Yeah, I'll just run it as 39 minutes. Let's see what happens. Actually, we're going to up it to 60 and see what happens. I like that. Smidge in a bowl, just a smidge. They're already, you know. I've done that for an hour. Let's see what happens. I'm also taking it a bit more extreme as well. By putting it up to 60, it gives a more chance of tea to appear. But it might not. It might just been one of them where you just had to unplug it. Which is oddly enough what it's been suggested online. Was it online or on LG's website? Might have been LG's website, to be honest. You should just turn it off and see if T goes away. Might just been one of them. Or the thermostat might be sticking itself, maybe. We'll see. It's definitely heating, and it's definitely heating pretty quick. So there's no qualms with that. So it's obviously running dead hot, which is fine. And that slight knocking's gone. Still a bearing issue. There we go, we've gone to cool down. And now it's cooling down again. That knot's coming back. So there's definitely a... I think the bearing's probably worn. Maybe I can't make out. There's no... You can't really lift it. So... yeah. I'll grab the spare drum. The spare drum. That I have. To be fair, this hasn't been hard. This has hardly been ran because there's hardly any fluff build up inside. Right, so yeah, this is me antes. Go back to it again. I'll just show you the rumbling. I'm not going to plug it in. If I turn the drum by hand. You hear rhythmic rumbling. Can't really tell. Sometimes there's one roller bearing at the front here, right, and then like three bearing pads here. But I suspect it's actually the no, that doesn't make any sense. I was going to say it's the jockey wheel, but the Venta don't have jockey wheels. They just go round the motors per usual. Or a fan. Is it a fan? Might be a fan. Interesting. Actually, I will plug it in then. Actually, I'm not going to run any heats because I know it heats. It's a bit pointless doing something when you're only going to run it for 30 seconds on. 20 seconds on. There we go. Do that. Right, can you hear it now? It's thudding more. So yeah. No idea if it's heating. Anyway. Let's take a look at this. Sold a Indesit condenser and got this back, 767C. No idea what's wrong. It is quite... So these paddles here, they're all loose. Well, most of them are. I turn the drum by hand as well. You can hear it. Like some kind of... I think like... Is it the drum bearing or... Maybe gone. Can you hear all that? Actually, when it first came to me, that was on. I know full well if you try and start with that on, it won't run. Get shut. Why won't you shut? There we go. Yeah, so we won't start with that. Wow! That's amazing! noise condensers. That's alright actually, that's not too bad. This is our family use. Yeah, he's horrendously loud. Nice and gently, but we're getting heat. That was just it, that's all I got. But of course if that light's on at any point, it will always switch off the dryer. So that capacitor really is on its last legs though as well. That may have also been another reason. So if I put actual towels in like this, these ones in, yeah, Cass is really on its last legs. More than likely she would have had a Pro Action 5 kilo machine, so if you put 5 kilos in at 1000 RPM, it's going to struggle to start up. More likely to be cutting out halfway through, just sitting there doing nothing. But my, wow, that's loud. So, yeah, this is a Bendix BIW 104. Thanks to Chris for dropping me a comment on my Bosch review video. Yes, I got in touch and went and bought and picked it up. I am not going to shove it on for testing. You will next see this in some wash races, and I'll do a review of it as well. But it's interesting. This is a 4.5 kilo. It's got this like it wasn't really used, this drum, but yeah, there's no point me testing it. I know it fully works. Chris demonstrates it inside his late grandmother's house for me. Oh, so that reminds me, so what I will do is just do this. Ooh, that's nice though. Trinity Bendix, or should I say Electrolux, still gave you a nice drain pipe even on our base machines. Although that bit nice. Is that tissue? I think that's tissue. No, clean that off. But yeah, fully working, so yeah, you will see this in some wash races that's period correct at the time. Yeah. Right, on to the next thing before this camera battery decides to give up. So here we go, you can see everything going on in the workshop. And yes, got this as well. Yeah, it turns on, so I've kind of semi-tested it. However, this was up for sale for £100 on Facebook. However, I knocked him down a little bit because of a broken door handle. However, that's not the... It opens, there we go. It opens. It's got a cut there, but it's pretty solid. It should be fine, you know, filling wise and stuff like that. If you listen to that motor, it sounds pretty rough. I think that when you put it on spin, it makes that whine sound when it's trying to speed up. So I did put it on spin and drain. I am going to plug it in a minute just to show you where we're up to with it. But also, I don't think... Is this a Samsung actually made by Samsung? Because there's no back on it. Yeah. But I bought it because it is a silver wash. Yeah. Yeah, so you had Silver Nano, you had a normal 6 kilo version as well, and then you had the big wash, which was a bit later on. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to get it in, I'll take the LG out, and then we'll put this in and see if it heats. I need to make sure the rest of the board works. When you turn the drum, yeah, slide up and down. I don't think the spider's actually breaking, not too sure. They're weirdly fixed, a bit like the Backos actually. Really weird. Yeah, I'll swap it over, get it on to wash, see what happens. LG is on its rinse. No TE to report yet. Yeah, LG's finished now. And that's 1200 spin actually, and that's pretty dry. Ooh, it smells fine. Yeah. So I'll grab the door off the other LG, stick it on, and we'll get some filming done with this.